Birthday and group name on the video board and on-field pre-match experience. Availability is limited and on a first-come, first-served basis. Contact our ticketing department at 919-459-8144 or by email at ticketing@northcarolinafc.com to learn more. Red Soccer Park and NCFC promote good sportsmanship by athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation in supporting the athletes and officials in a positive manner. Intimidating actions or statements based on biases in politics, gender, age, race, faith, ethnicity, or sexual orientation will not be tolerated and grounds removal from the site of competition. Please refrain from throwing objects on the playing field, blowing whistles, and interfering in the flow of the game. Spectators caught engaging in such actions will be removed from the stadium and possibly arrested. And let's welcome tonight's match officials. Please welcome referee John Motto, assistant referee Joe Suhosky, assistant referee Marcus Moss. Our fourth official this evening is Josiah Carr. Here's tonight's starting lineup for FC Tulsa. Please welcome their captain, number 3, Alexis Sulahi. In goal, number 99, Johan Penranda. Number 6 is Boubacar Diallo. Number 7, Andrew Booth. Number 12, Rashid Tete. Number 19, Stefan Stojanovic. Number 20 is Patrick Segrist. Number 29, Aaron Jabu. Number 31, Owen Dom. Number 47, Harvey St. Clair. And number 77, Faisal Batak. As you Tulsa are led by head coach Mario Sanchez with assistant coach Luke Spencer. Tonight's match ball being delivered by NCFC Youth U13 coach Nazmi Al-Badawi. Let's welcome Nazmi and family to the field.
The final month of the 2024 USL Championship season is upon us, and the race to make the playoffs is in high gear. Tonight from WakeMed Soccer Park, it's one of the biggest games of the week as two teams who are on the playoff bubble, North Carolina FC and FC Tulsa, engage in a cross-conference game right here on ESPN+. A win and 3 points for either team would put them in the top 8 of their respective conferences. And as we look at the standings, first in the East, you'll see North Carolina sits in 10th place and could move up to 7th place with a victory tonight after Loudoun United's loss to Indy 11 yesterday. Meanwhile, as we flip it to the West, take a look at their standings. Tulsa is actually 2 points out of the postseason, and with 9 Western Conference teams in action tonight, a win is imperative to stay in the playoff hunt. Dean Linke delighted to be joined by Mr. USL, Beware, Brian Ware. And Brian, the North Carolina FC comes into this game riding the power of Ezra Armstrong.
Yeah, Ezra Armstrong has been such a dynamic player the entire season for head coach John Bradford. And the key thing that wows people is his ability on the ball. When he's on the ball, he is so dangerous, scoring goals, providing assists. His energy, his enthusiasm, his expression, it's contagious. And when he's on fire, the rest of the team is so engaged. I expect a big game from him being on the USL Team of the Week after his performance on Sunday.
Meanwhile, FC Tulsa has a big-time goalkeeper.
Yeah, Johan Peñaranda. When he signed for the club in June, Tulsa was giving up 2 goals a game. In the 18 games that he has played, that number's been cut in half. He has 72 saves, 7 clean sheets, and the last 2 victories that Tulsa has had, he's gotten a clean sheet. The analytics numbers love his performance, and if Peñaranda is on fire, Tulsa has a chance to pull off an upset.
The table is set. You've already heard us say it. It is a big, big game. North Carolina FC Tulsa, USL Championship, coming up next on ESPN+.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are. So getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small, in partnership with AMD and Microsoft, has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo Evolve Small.
It's tough these days to find healthy and fast, but at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa, with sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park. Little midweek USL Championship tilt between North Carolina FC and FC Tulsa. Alongside Brian Ware, I'm Dean Linke. And Brian, let's go to work. Show everybody the starting lineups. We'll start with the home team wearing the blue kits, John Bradford's North Carolina FC.
Yeah, this is a big stretch for North Carolina. Their second game in 7 days. They make only one change, and that's at the top. Evan Conway leading the line as Oleg Sanderson is on international duty in the CONCACAF Nations League. It's the same 3-4-2-1 formation. I like how Maldonado and Martin have been a tandem in the center of the pitch, which allows Armstrong and Mensingen to get up and link up with Perez, DaCosta, and Conway in the front three. All
right, and the starting lineup for Tulsa, led by Mario Sanchez.
Yeah, they make 2 changes. One of them is a big one. Rashid Teta goes in place of their captain, Bradley Bourgeois, who was sent off last week against El Paso, picking up 2 yellow cards. He is out. The other change they make is number 77, Faisal Batash. in the middle of the pitch. He'll link up Diallo and Booth and the two forwards up top. And Bibois, number 29, he's been a revelation. Coming from the Galaxy, in the last few games, he scored 3 goals for Tulsa.
All right, great job, Brian. Of course, FC Tulsa led by Mario Sanchez, who folks in Louisville will be very familiar with him. Longtime assistant for University of Louisville, and then worked at Louisville City, where he was the top man for a little bit, but now finds himself leading this Tulsa team. And as we reminded you in the open, the standings, both these teams with a 3-point win would be in the top 8, at least for a flicker, right, Brian? At least they'll be there for a second.
Yeah, and this is the key stretch. We have 2.5 weeks left in the regular season. Regular season ending on October 26th, and once the calendar hits November, we're into postseason play.
Again, North Carolina FC in their all blue kits. Tulsa, I'm going to call that like a teal, Brian, but I'll leave it to you.
I was leaning towards mint green.
Mint green, okay. I think that's a better answer, so that's what we're going to go with. So mint green with a white stripe, white shorts, and white socks. 2 minutes in. Folks at home, you're in for a treat tonight because Brian Ware is an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to USL Championship, USL League One. I mean, really all things soccer, but Brian, I truly appreciate the time that you dedicate researching USL Championship.
I'm humbled, and it's been a great few years working with you guys over the time, being behind the scenes, helping you and Andrew Tate and everybody else that's been a part of the North Carolina FC and NC Courage broadcasts.
Glad to finally be able to work next year as we'll see what shakes out here and what is. I mean, you said it best before we came on the air. This is just a massive game. I mean, the loser of this game is going to be in a fallout dog paddle, if you know what I mean. I mean, they're really going to be struggling to make it.
Yeah, and again, the gap between, the bottom of the playoff field and those on the bubble, it's so small. And for North Carolina, they've been excellent at home, getting, I believe it's about 27 points, only 2 defeats. The most recent one being that gargantuan gong show, 6-4 against Louisville City.
Yeah, their counterparts, the North Carolina Courage and the NWSL, have now gone 20 games here at Wake Med Soccer Park without a loss, and their last win clinched, and they'll be here Saturday night. Tickets are still available. You should go to NorthCarolinaCourage.com to check that out as well. Paco Craig, the captain's had some interesting moments, had some big moments. At the end of the day, he's had a pretty good season and has established himself as a solid leader, Brian Ware.
Yeah, he has. First year with the club, and he's got to be careful these last few games. He is if he picks up a yellow card, he will be suspended for the next game. I mean, obviously, the last home game they had, Lamar Batista, who the left center back, he picked up a yellow card, was suspended for the game against El Paso, and they had to drop Mikey Maldonado into the back line for that matinee game in Texas.
Rigo da Costa will hustle over for the throw-in. Now he's going to leave it.
There you get a look at Mario Sanchez. You mentioned how he's been so essential the last few seasons with Louisville and Racing Louisville. He was the one of the academy directors for both the men's and women's teams, kind of like John Bradford with NCFC Academy.
Rafa Mensingen. Ezra Armstrong. Ezra Armstrong has been featured in more opens here at Wake Med Soccer Park in one season than maybe any player in the history of the franchise. And as I say that, Nazmi Abadawi is here as the U13 coach to give out the game ball. But all season long, Ezra, right, the game right before a home game, he delivers the goods.
He was fantastic on Sunday. 2 goals, scoring, I believe, with both his feet. The first goal, receiving the pass from DaCosta, putting it on his right foot and firing it into the roof of the net, and then getting a pass from Rafa in the second half.
6 minutes in, no score. A Wednesday night tilt here. Weather, it's ideal. I mean, you might need a jacket come the second half, but beautiful night for soccer here.
Yeah, the temperature is in the 60s, but the humidity makes it feel not too bad out here.
The referee gets everything set. John Mato, the referee. Joe Sikoski, Marcus Moss along the lines as McGuire comes up. Josiah Park is your 4th official.
Early impact from Stojanovic. And he's one of the leading goal scorers for the team now after Tulsa has sold a couple of players. One being Justin Portillo to Sacramento, the other the biggest transfer in the USL Championship, Philip Goodrum, going to Louisville City.
Seventh minute. Tulsa keeping possession. Sent all the way across. There's Armstrong. Now Louis Perez trying to get it back to Armstrong. And this will come all the way back to Alexis Swahi. By way of France, spent some time with Union Omaha, who used to visit here when North Carolina FC went down to USL League One for a few seasons. They're actually the reigning USL League One champions, Brian.
Yeah, they won the Shield last year, and I believe they are currently at the top of the table this season as well.
No, I'm talking about North Carolina FC.
True.
Reigning USL
yeah, true.
champs.
That's why they got the star on the crest.
There'll be a throw in here for Tulsa. Booth, Andrew Booth, a Jamaican, spent some time with Miami FC. Swahi will get it out wide, and he'll try to play it to Betash. Faisal Betash from England. Harvey St. Clair pushes it forward. Andrew Booth. Miss-hit that one, and they'll head into the Oak City supporters.
That was the right idea by St. Clair, that quick one-touch pass, putting Booth into space.
In support of our neighbors impacted by Hurricane Helene, the North Carolina Football Club kindly asks you to consider donating to United Way Emergency Fund to help those in our North Carolina community who are in need. You can text UW Helps, HELPSNC, to 91999. You can also donate at any of the merch and concession stands throughout the stadium. We stand united. We stand NC.
And if you go to the club's websites, northcarolinafc.com, nccourage.com, you can find the listing of supplies they accept, money donations as well, as still doing a lot of work out in the mountains of western North Carolina. And also our thoughts are for those in central Florida, as Hurricane Milton is scheduled to make landfall this evening into the early morning hours.
This could be another big one. Sent forward by Craig. Martin, who continues to be a model of consistency for the club. That's off the head of Batista. I did not catch the name, but what a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. It was so good that John Bradford walked over to the woman and put his hand on her shoulder and shook her hand. And I know he said that is one of the best renditions of the national anthem I've ever heard here. It's pretty good.
John Bradford in his 4th season as the coach of NCFC.
McGuire. Trevor Mulqueen on the bench. Kira Fitzgerald with a little bit of a back injury. Normally would be on the bench.
Good closeout by Batista.
Picked up by Maldonado, and McGuire's going to pick it up.
So far, early 10 minutes, seeing a lot of discipline from both of these sides. Not a lot of dangerous threat yet.
St. Clair. I've been calling Brian Ware for Akira Fitzgerald to get a start in goal, but he's got to get that back right and get back out there. The Irish Ninja is here, Akira Fitzgerald. It would be so awesome to see him get in there.
Yeah, one last time. You know, obviously 36-year-old, spent a lot of years with the Railhawks, spent the last few seasons in Richmond. Decided to come back, kind of be that player coach.
I've talked to him a few times. First of all, you won't meet a finer human being, but he loves being back here in North Carolina. This is home, raising a family. Conway stays with it. Conway, Scott Perez in front of him. Conway looking, sees DaCosta, gives it back to Perez. Perez, nice little cut in. Perez! Oh my! So close. The Frenchman, Louis Perez. Nice work by Conway to hang on to it as long as he did, and a good opportunity.
And you said it, the patience from Conway, putting it on a spot for Perez, the good instep, and just missing the target by inches. He scored only a few goals this year. If he was able to capitalize on that, you knew how great of a player he was last year down in USL League One.
So the best opportunity so far coming from Louis Perez and North Carolina FC. Martin trying to track back. To be dropped wide left over to Booth. Booth now will play it centrally, and Booth will get it back. It's now at the feet of Boubacar Diallo, who is from Senegal. Played with Philadelphia Union 2, coached by former West Virginia top man Marlon LeBlanc. Minute 14. All the way to the feet of St. Clair. Batista gets help from Perez as they give it back to St. Clair. That's Batista, and then Mikey Maldonado with the nutmeg.
And even though North Carolina wasn't able to counter, I loved their awareness. First from Batista as well as the other center backs on that diagonal ball.
14 minutes in, no score. St. Clair has that one read by Bryce Washington. Bryce Washington started his collegiate career at Rutgers, then finished at Pitt, where Jay Vinovich has Pitt right up there. They were number one.
They're still number one.
Still number one, okay. The Duke women also number one in the country.
Yeah, the ACC well represented in the top of both men's and women's soccer. North Carolina right behind Duke at number 2.
Kind of a calm, easy, smooth, patient start to this game. Really good opportunity from Perez with a brilliant pass from Conway, but just missing it. That's the best chance. St. Clair, Perez with the foul.
And you can see how Tulsa has been moving the ball from side to side. They're looking to try to find the ball to Boubacar Diallo, as well as Andrew Booth, as you see Perez just a little late on that challenge, taking down St. Clair. So far, decent man marking from North Carolina defensively, with Colin Martin, Mikey Maldonado in the engine room.
Tete. Read by the 6'7" Batista, and will sail into the stands. So Rashid Tete from Ghana spent some time with New Mexico United. Here's Martin. Back over to Craig, the captain. He's got Rafa on his right. He's got DaCosta in front of him. He'll give it to Rafa. Rafa surveys. Sees DaCosta, sees Conway. Rafa with a burst of speed, sends a crossover. It's deflected, loose. Ezra Armstrong is lurking, but Tulsa does well to get out of there. Batista trying to close down. And Batista almost did enough to win it back, but it would go off of Batista and come back to Tulsa.
Yeah, key intervention by the goalkeeper, Penaranda, on that cross from Rafa. Mentioned in the open, averaging 4 saves per start since joining the club in June.
Off the head of Martin. He's got the tight crop haircut out there, number 17. Making him look a couple years younger. I said it earlier, he has just been a model of consistency the entire season long, number 17.
Yeah, the only thing that's missing, though, is a goal. He has 4 assists.
He's very unselfish. He's very unselfish, yeah. Conway had it for a moment. Taken aback, though, by Tulsa, and this will come back to Jacob McGuire.
Yeah, they almost found Bibu.
You can check out all the exciting postseason action as the USL playoffs presented by Terminix kick off in November. The top teams will battle it out for the ultimate prize. Go to USLChampionship.com for all the latest playoff information. No score here. North Carolina FC out of the Eastern Conference at USL Championship. Tulsa, FC Tulsa to be exact, out of the Western Conference. And a whistle, quick start. DaCosta gets it over to Armstrong. Armstrong now feeding Conway. Conway kind of forgot the ball, does well to go back and get it to Martin. Martin now will push it out to Rafa. Rafa, he can slice and dice with his left foot. Big save, shot, score! And how about North Carolina FC? DaCosta makes it 1-0.
And it's the former Tulsa player scoring against his former club. You see after that quick restart how North Carolina was pushing things. Tulsa a little slow to react. And with Rafa 1v1, it's an excellent save by Penaranda, but it comes into an easy location for DaCosta to fire it back to the far post. And it's 1-0 to North Carolina. A great start for the home team.
Rodrigo DaCosta has been one of the hottest players in USL Championship. Was really kind of lost on the bench for a lot of the season, but now has 6 goals to go along with 4 assists. Only Evan Conway, who has 9, and Olex Anderson with 10 have more goals than
And CMC goal
Rodrigo
to be
DaCosta.
19th minute of play from number 16,
And that was one of the key things that they were hoping to get at the beginning of the year when they signed him. I mean, in 2023, he finished his time in Tulsa, transferred over to Memphis, had 15 goals combined between both clubs. And now that he's gotten on the board again, it's been such an important part of this front three for John Bradford's side.
Conway reads that perfectly and picks it off. Conway now trying to hang on to it. Picked up there by Louis Perez, who will drop it to Ezra Armstrong. Really good run by Evan Conway. Problem was there were 4 of those mint green uniforms. The mint green's fading on me a little bit, just so you know.
I guess you're not a fan of mint chocolate chip ice cream?
Yeah, it's not quite hitting the same color, though. You're close, though. I'm just not going to give it all the way to you there, Brian, okay?
That's totally fine.
DaCosta over to Perez.
Good ball.
Great ball. Goes by Maldonado to Martin. Maldonado was way offside, so. Yeah, you mentioned no goals. I mean, that's another situation there where he could probably take a shot, but that just is not how he operates. He's always thinking there's a better shot and I can find a player in a better spot. DaCosta goes down and he's going to get the whistle.
It looks like it was Segrist who committed the infraction, and he is going to get booked here in the 22nd minute.
So with the player down, I can tell you to watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches, including the championship final, will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings.
Yeah, Segrist going over the top, trying to win the ball back. 50-50 challenge. Just rides the boot of DaCosta.
DaCosta, the goal scorer, to make it 1-0. Tough tackle. Looked like around the ankle, but Rodrigo DaCosta, right place, right time.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, the former Tulsa player scoring 36 goals in the USL Championship for Tulsa. And earlier this year, as you get a look at how he was in a pocket of space on the rebound, first to it. He now has over 50 goals in the USL Championship.
It's a great finish. Really well done. I mean, you talk about with a purpose, Brian, because he knew where the goalkeeper was. He knew that he had to get some power on it, and he put it side netting way far away from any goalkeeper or any defenders running back to try to help out.
FC Tulsa,
and because of that, it's 1-0. As we say, how about North Carolina FC? Little give and go. Ezra Armstrong gets it back from Perez. Ezra Armstrong, good weighted ball, right to Rafa. Rafa will head it down. Martin!
That was the time to shoot it for Colin Martin. Good delivery, though, by Armstrong. Feeding it to the back post. And then Rafa putting it on a plate for Colin. Now he takes it away.
Martin, good pass! Perez with his left foot just a little bit too high. It's 2 great opportunities with Colin Martin involved, and Louis Perez, he can make that shot. That time, though, just a little bit too high. Perez with 2 goals and 4 assists.
Here's a look at that first chance. Rafa heading it back to Martin. Just couldn't get down on the ball.
I like the decision, though, based on what we were talking about, how he's been so extremely unselfish. Yeah, he mishit it, but good on him to take it.
And then what does he do after he misses the chance? He helps lead the press, leaves the pressure point, take it away, and then North Carolina's back up on the attack again.
You know it, Brian. Tremendous two-way player. So no Olex Anderson, no Jaden Cervania. Both of them gone for international duty. Mikey Maldonado, who I have said throughout this season during these home games, he and Ezra Armstrong, two of the players that could be catching the eye of some MLS teams. Here's Conway. Conway, look at the fight. How did he win that back so cleanly? And then Conway takes a long distance shot, but just a little bit too long.
Yeah, engaging with the wingback Owen Dom. Shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Ball in his stride. Forcing Peñaranda to act quickly, even though it was going wide. As we're into the later stages of the first half, Mario Sanchez talking with Andrew Booth, the midfielder, trying to get some order for Tulsa. It's the last 5-ish minutes. It's been all North Carolina.
Tulsa wins it here, plays it onside. Bryce Washington tracking all the way back. Bryce Washington does enough to slow down Stojanovic. It will lead, though, to a corner kick. Corner kick coming for Tulsa is Jake McGuire directing traffic. There's the man, Bryce Washington, who looked like he had a few words for Stojanovic. Betash will take the corner kick. 28th minute. Corner kick. Batista there first. Batista almost there second. One back by Tulsa. Washington, and I thought that was going in.
Flag is up.
Flag is up, so it wouldn't have mattered.
But that's the danger. Obviously trying to find, thinking in two minds as Batista dealt with the ball the first time and the second time. And as they tried to clear it, they tried to move the line up. You don't want to get too caught out and leave a defender in an open spot onside.
Maldonado, they just announced Lamar Batista has reached 10,000 minutes in USL Championship. Great accomplishment from number 7, Perez. Trying to find Ezra Armstrong. Ezra, good shield as Perez gets it. Perez gets it from Martin after Martin got it from Armstrong. They go the other way. This will fall to Aaron Vibout. Aaron is from Cameroon. Are you going with that one, Brian?
Yeah, Bibu from the, playing the last couple years in MLS Next Pro with the LA Galaxy. Now called Ventura County FC.
So, stand corrected, Bibu. Thank you, sir. Yellow card issued to Luis Perez.
And that's the second challenge that between Perez and St. Clair. He missed the challenge from behind. earlier. And again, coming through from behind. Easy call for John Matta, the referee.
So minute 31. Another chance for Betash to send it in. Headed with authority from Craig. The captain, Rafa into space. Ezra Armstrong, can he run this one down? He does. Ezra Armstrong then tries to get back up. Good hustle from number 42. Thirty-first minute. Tackle in the middle of the field here. There's been some physical tackles in this one, no doubt. This will come all the way back.
Aaron, you gotta move, Aaron! Cross the line!
Armstrong back over to Batista. Armstrong will take the throw in. Another physical tackle. And Eboot, who you just talked about with the yellow card. Ezra Armstrong slow to get up here in minute 33. DeCosta, the goal scorer, coming over to talk to John Bradford, the top man for North Carolina FC. He was named one of the 50 and 50 as October 23rd, NCFC Youth will be celebrating 50 years of excellence. First Castle, then NCFC Youth. Tickets are still available. It's at the Angus Barn. It's a really good deal. You get a 3-course meal. You even get a $100 gift card from soccer.com, and it goes for a good cause. $250 a person. Big time meal. Great camaraderie. A lot of celebration. Looking forward to it. I'll MC that event. An honor to do that for NCFC Youth. Thirty-fourth minute, 1-0 off the head of Batista. There's Martin again. Brian, Martin is just always in the right place at the right time. Had a little bit of audio difficulties with Brian Ware, but we'll get him back up and running hopefully here in a moment. 34th minute. McGuire, one bounce, and he's got it right at the top of the 18. Walking you up to minute 35 now at Wake Soccer Park. A little push from behind as Swahi sent Conway flying, no whistle. Perez with DeCosta. There's Armstrong winning it back, trying to find Conway. Armstrong taps it back to Batista. Armstrong's taken down again. Armstrong has been on the wrong end of some tough tackles, and there Armstrong with a shove, and I don't really blame him. I mean, he has been tackled hard a couple times.
He's engaged into a lot of challenges here on this near side.
feel a couple of them were fairly purposeful on Armstrong, who is clearly been one of the big stories in USL Championship. And like Maldonado, a player that I think can play in the next level. Of course, his dad, Desmond Armstrong, former Olympian and member of the World Cup team. Looks like we're going to have a card.
A yellow card was just given out. I wasn't sure if it was for Armstrong on the shirt tug.
Yeah.
And it is confirmed.
Yeah, because Batista actually, while it looked reckless, it was mainly just because his legs are longer than Mark Dry is tall.
Referee John Mattow's been busy. It's the 4th yellow card he's issued this game. And
sorry, Mark. It'll be a free kick opportunity. For folks at home, Mark Dry gave me a thumbs up. He knows that I'm a big fan. This one sent in. Larry, on the other hand,
he doesn't want your smoke.
37th minute. We're going to have some added time. There have been multiple occasions where Da Costa has been down. We have had a Tulsa player down for a little bit. And it looks like right now Batista trying to make peace with Stojanovic. John Bradford has been steadfast on staying with the 3-back wingback system, and it has worked out because his wingbacks in Rafa and Ezra Armstrong have been phenomenal. Then the 3 in the back, Washington, who John Bradford thinks should be considered for Defender of the Year. At center back, Paco Craig at right back, and either Justin Malou is back there or Lamar Batista. Tonight it is Batista. This one sent across off the head of Craig. And now set long. DaCosta, not exactly known for his pace, but is known, as you heard the numbers from Brian Ware, for scoring some goals, including for this team. That looked like an offside to me, and it is. So the offside flag goes up.
It's also still trying to look for Bibu Stojanovic on some quick curls against the 3 center backs of North Carolina, but they've been really engaged against the front 2 of Tulsa.
Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Right now, Rodrigo DaCosta, the choice, as he has scored the only goal here in the first half, and it's 1-0 North Carolina FC on top of Tulsa. Batista finding Conway. Conway with a brilliant pass to Perez. Perez. That looked like an Austin Deleuze pass right there as he put it over on the other side, and that'll lead to a corner kick. What a gorgeous ball from Luis Perez over to Rafa.
And it's great anticipation also from Evan Conway, knowing that the pressure is coming to him. Just that quick layoff to Perez, and Perez the instinct to switch it across the field, leaving Rafa 1v1 with Dom and getting the corner kick. First corner kick for North Carolina is the big bodies in the box.
An absolutely gorgeous ball from Perez, and now they're bumping around. A couple players are down, and this is before the corner kick was even taken.
Yeah, Conway in front of the goalkeeper Peñaranda, Maldonado as well. Referee John Matto trying to restore order. see the number of bodies just in front of the goal mouth as St. Clair kind of pulled the chair. Maldonado took a tumble right at the near post.
Corner kick coming. Perez, Batista trying to find a way to get open. Still loose in front. And they're going to send it back for yet another corner.
Kind of fortunate for Tulsa. That ball fell right to the feet of Maldonado, as both Conway and Craig were leaping up to head it. Again, Maldonado kind of being a pest around the goalkeeper, Penaranda.
It's not easy to move Mikey Maldonado around, and now once again the referee saying enough is enough here.
There's a lot of movement too, because they're trying to curl off, open up the space for somebody to get a free header. Perez has been so dangerous with his corner kicks throughout the season and his time with the club.
Go over the head, crossbar, and down. Was that Washington?
I think it was, but I think that referee Matto called the foul first, as Craig was just leaped over everybody. I think got his hands over the top. The man marking him.
Yes. Yeah, Batista and Craig were in the middle of it. 43rd minute. Perez now to Ezra Armstrong.
Perez has had a solid first half with his distribution, leading the team in chances created throughout the season. He's had 2 excellent looks at goal.
Rafa drops it back, gets it back, then it has it ripped away. Now a great opportunity for Tulsa for a long distance shot, denied there by Mikey Maldonado. Perez gets it back for a second. It's won back again by Tulsa. Now Tulsa starting to be dangerous here. 2 minutes plus added time. This portion of the game brought to you by the Fresh Market. North Carolina FC would like to thank the Fresh Market and all of its corporate partners for their support of this USL Championship team. One bounce, McGuire right at the line, read it perfectly. Town Properties is proud to provide homeowner and condo owner association management to more than 30,000 homes and condos in the Carolinas. Learn more at townwithaneproperties.com. And you'll hear a message from them again as they also sponsor the added time, which I'm going to guess 4 minutes. Brian, do you have a guess?
I was initially thinking 3.
So go with 3. Yeah, you might be right.
Good interception by Batash. Former, she said, playing in England, played with the Queen's Park Rangers in London, both at the academy level and at the first team level, playing in the EFL Championship.
eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Rafa. When Tosh was playing overseas, did you catch some of his games?
I did not. He mostly was playing in the cup games.
Okay.
Obviously, the last few years, a lot of American engagement in English football. There's 3 minutes on the clock. Obviously, earlier this year, you had the big League One game between Birmingham City and Wrexham. Tom Brady, minority owner of Birmingham City, making the flight across the pond, doing a NFL football game on Sunday, and then seeing his team beat Wrexham on Monday. With Wrexham's co-owner Rob McElhaney in attendance as well.
Good stuff, and also the 3 minutes of added time that was correctly predicted by Brian is brought to you by Town Properties. Town Properties is proud to provide homeowner and condo owner association management to more than 30,000 homes and condos in the Carolinas. You can learn more at Town with an E, T-O-W-N-E, properties.com. 3 minutes of added time. And we have played one of those three.
Good track back by Rafa after winning the ball and then losing it. He's able to get back and defend his position. Perez takes it away.
Perez finds Ezra Armstrong. Ezra somehow keeps it, drops it. DaCosta over to Martin. Martin going to try to run onto it. Martin back over. So unselfish. Almost found DaCosta. Now it's back to Luis Perez. Perez back over the ball. Maldonado. Ezra Armstrong. And the referee gets in the way, so it'll stay with North Carolina FC.
As we said in the open, we mentioned how sharp Ezra can be when the ball's at his feet in dangerous spots, whether it's out wide or just a moment ago in the middle, acting as that forward link up with both Conway and DaCosta.
Rafa did not have the best angle and had a long way to go to find either DaCosta or Conway. McGuire is out far enough. As the 3 minutes of added time brought to you by Town Properties. We've got about 40 seconds or so left. Ooh, Conway, that's got to be a card. And it is, as Booth gets the card.
Cynical challenge by the Jamaican. Right in front of the fourth official, right in front of John Bradford as well.
And added time to number 7, Andrew Booth.
And there you see the trip from behind. Mario Sanchez has got a lot of work ahead of him. So far, 0 shots for Tulsa in this first half.
Perez. And what is the final seconds of the first half? And that is the first half. Quick thought on the 1-0 lead for North Carolina FC.
Well, it's been, as you said, it's been all North Carolina. DaCosta able to read the situation on that initial shot from Rafa on the rebound. Perez has had 2 good chances to add to it. Right now it's been comfortable for the home team.
North Carolina FC 1, FC Tulsa 0. We'll step aside and be back with more exciting news from the USL here at halftime.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small, in partnership with AMD and Microsoft, has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo Evolve Small.
And now, your children's hospital. Pediatric anesthesia, surgery, behavioral health, cardiology, emergency care, endocrinology, ENT, gastroenterology, imaging, inpatient medicine, intensive care, neonatology, orthopedics, physical rehab, primary care, pulmonology and sleep medicine, urgent care, urology, weight management, WakeMed Children's.
Kids will be kids. We will be here.
It's tough these days to find healthy and fast. But at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa, with sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park, young and old. Enjoying a Wednesday night tilt here between North Carolina FC and FC Tulsa. Alongside Brian Ware, I'm Dean Linke. Brian, take me inside the North Carolina FC locker room. If you're John Bradford, you have to be pretty pleased.
I would, and it's really because of their defensive awareness, their shape, their organization. They've really limited the front two of Bibu and Stojanovic. I think only maybe 5-6 touches in the box for Tulsa. Meanwhile, and that's going to be the key for Mario Sanchez's team, is how do they get more touches in the 18, try to put some pressure on this North Carolina side. Meanwhile, offensively for North Carolina, keep doing what you're doing. Luis Perez being active, Armstrong active. The midfield is moving up the field. It's just been a great first half for North Carolina.
All right, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for North Carolina FC and FC Tulsa as down the stretch we go. Not too many games left.
Yeah, not too many games left. And North Carolina's next game is on Saturday, a big 6-pointer against Hartford Athletic. And then they got to go down to Tampa. Now, obviously, with the hurricane coming and all, the possible damage, we will see what happens with the Rowdies. Obviously, the Rowdies are away this weekend, so they're already out of the city. But, that's going to be a key thing to see if they can get that game in and see what the playoff standings look. Meanwhile, Tulsa, on the other hand, they have a better chance to make the postseason out of the West because their last 3 games are all at home. Big games against New Mexico, against Hartford, and against Monterey Bay to finish out the season.
All right, we're going to step aside and come back and cover USL Championship from top to bottom, Brian Ware style. How about North Carolina FC, though? They lead Tulsa at the half, 1-0.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
New flavors. The same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador. Spiked Bebidas.
Welcome to Do or Die. Welcome to stories that give meaning to it all. The juggernaut chasing history. The hero hoping for a Hollywood ending. The upstart determined to make the most of its shot at glory. Welcome to second-guessing everything. Every coach's decision, every referee's call, every pass, shot, tackle, save. Because you know it all means more now. Welcome to the playoffs.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small, in partnership with AMD and Microsoft, has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo Evolve Small.
Welcome back to Cary, North Carolina and WakeMed Soccer Park. Your home to North Carolina FC, searching for those critical 3 points. It's 1-0 at the half. Take a look at some other scores. This is the only Eastern Conference team playing tonight, I think, North Carolina FC.
Yeah, there's a lot of Western Conference games taking place tonight. You got the Texas Derby between El Paso and San Antonio. El Paso, bottom of the West, they've won 2 games in a row. Meanwhile, New Mexico taking on Phoenix, a derby match of their own. New Mexico, top of the West. Key game tonight, Orange County and Colorado Springs. Orange County unbeaten in their last 4. Colorado Springs unbeaten in their last 6. Down in SoCal, and then you got a NorCal derby between Sacramento and Monterey Bay. Monterey Bay got a big win last week, scoring their first goal in over 500 minutes. And to get a win against your rival would be big for their playoff chances.
All right, Brian, let's break down the standings. As you know where North Carolina FC is, break it down.
Yeah, well, Louisville City sitting at 69 points. They have clinched the Players' Shield. They are the overall #1 seed in the postseason. Charleston, with the amount of games left, have locked themselves into the #2. And Detroit and Indy have moved up ahead of Tampa. Meanwhile, the gap between 7th and 10th is only 3 points. But as we said, Hartford not far behind.
All right, and then from the Western Conference, where Tulsa comes out of it, FC Tulsa, if they can get things going here in the second half, they've got life.
Yes, they do have life. And at the top of the table, New Mexico United, with a win tonight against Phoenix, would get the overall #1 seed. This past weekend, Vegas and Sacramento clinched postseason berths. And if Tulsa lose, that could also open spots in the playoffs for Colorado Springs and Memphis. So it just shows you how tight it is to try to get into the bubble.
All right, that's a look at the Western Conference standings, and now our news and notes.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Louisville City winning their first ever Players' Shield. They are a 2-time champion. Record dominance at home. 14 wins, a new record. 52 goals at home, a new record. And 16 players have scored this season. The variety from Danny Cruz's side has been outstanding. We mentioned how Vegas clinched the playoffs for the first time ever since entering the league in 2018. They've been the hottest team in the West. 9 wins, 9 draws, 1 loss in 19 games. That is the model consistency for owner Jose Bautista, former baseball player, leading the lights. And Augustine Williams has been lighting the net. 5 goals in his last 2 games. He is the 5th player in USL Championship history to score double-digit goals in 3 straight years. The last 2 players are Russ Cicerone and Cal Jennings.
Greg Rakestraw, the longtime voice of Indy 11, likes that stat. This is the team of the week.
Yeah, we mentioned how Ezra Armstrong, Rafa Mensingen, their performances on Sunday got them to the team of the week. And a surprise entrant as the player of the week, Burton Jacqueson, playing for the Riverhounds. He previously played for the Pitt Panthers in Jay Vidovich. He's welcomed home, scored a hat trick in his 4th game for Pittsburgh. And he's trying to help the Riverhounds get into the postseason.
All right, wonderful breakdown. The only way Brian Ware can do it perfectly. As I think that's Sam Brotherton here. It's North Carolina FC 1, FC Tulsa 0 at the half.
With a family like that to take care of, the 2 of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are. So getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the 2 of you.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small, in partnership with AMD and Microsoft, has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo.
At Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa. With sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
Welcome back. Halftime, WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary. It's North Carolina FC 1, FC Tulsa 0. Dean Lincoln with Brian Ware. And Brian, let's go to work and show everybody the first half highlights in this one.
Well, we mentioned earlier in halftime how Luis Perez has become much more involved in this game, and he had an excellent chance early in the 13th minute on this feed from Evan Conway, able to ditch St. Clair. That right-footed curler just missing the far post. And then minutes later, it would be the goal. Rafa Mensigan getting this pass, taking his defender 1v1. Penaranda made a great save, but wonderful anticipation from Rodrigo da Costa to fire in the rebound, put it in a spot where nobody could get to it. It's his 6th of the season, and North Carolina is off and running.
Rodrigo da Costa, one of the hottest players in USL Championship. We had more, though, later.
Yeah, Colin Martin being really engaged here, winning the ball off the press. It's fed to Perez, and he just missed it over the bar. And finally, at the end of the half, this corner kick, it looked like Craig and Batista were right in the mixer. Craig was called for the foul. And so far this first half, it's been all North Carolina, 6 shots to 1. Tulsa's got a lot of work in front of them if they want to test this North Carolina defense, as well as the goalkeeper, Jake McGuire. They've had a little more of the ball, but they're not really finding that outlet to get it to their forwards, Stojanovic and Bibu.
All right, well done, Brian, as both teams are back out there and ready to go. Jake McGuire, the goalkeeper for North Carolina FC. And you see Tulsa out here and ready to go as well. DaCosta, the goal scorer, wearing that 1-6 across his back. As you mentioned, he spent some time with Tulsa and a few other teams where he scored a bunch of goals and is now showing that form, Brian, that we were expecting, I think, when the season started.
I absolutely agree. And for John Bradford, the head coach, Kurt Johnson as well, with his ability to bring him in to the team. And as you said, it took him a while to find his confidence, but now that he has been such a threat for North Carolina, especially here at WakeMed Soccer Park.
Just 30 seconds in to the second half. Perez has a little bit of trouble bringing that one down, and now it'll come back to Tulsa.
And Perez has got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card, colliding with St. Clair just a moment ago. He took St. Clair down earlier in the first half.
In support of our neighbors impacted by Hurricane Helene, the North Carolina Football Club kindly asks you to consider donating to United Way Emergency Fund to help those in our North Carolina community who are in need. You can text UW Helps NC to 91999. You can also donate at any of the merch and concession stands throughout the stadium. We stand united. We stand NC. North Carolina FC stands 1-0 on top of Tulsa.
A lot of awareness for the victims of the hurricane. Both the Courage and North Carolina FC doing a lot of work for the communities in Western North Carolina. Saturday, as well as another special game too, is I believe that's also the Play for K game for cancer awareness as well. So the Courage players will be wearing their pink jerseys in support of that.
Expecting another big crowd.
Yeah.
Biggest crowd of the season in that big win to clinch a spot by beating San Diego, clinch a spot in the NWSL playoffs. Conway somehow keeps it in bounds. Conway knocked to the ground. The referee says play on. The assistant referee was right there by Conway.
It looked like a fair collision as Conway is trying to turn the corner against the Tulsa captain, Swahi.
Rafa gets it back to Craig. Now Maldonado, knowing that pressure was coming over to Washington. Now McGuire. McGuire acted like he was going to go long. Found a better pass in Craig. Found DaCosta. Now Martin. Martin over to Perez. 48th minute. Perez back over to DaCosta. DaCosta has got one. Ezra Armstrong was lurking. Armstrong puts in a lot of miles each and every game. So he's got to carry the load as that left wing back defensively, but is a big part of the offense, both in goals and assists. Big time numbers from the left wing back of this team. Minute 49. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157 as Conway is in. Conway lurking near the goal line, but good enough job there as the goalkeeper came out and got a piece of it, I do believe, Brian.
I believe he did, and Swahi made the error that put Conway in, able to track back, prevent it from going into his own net. Keep things at 1-0.
So as I was saying, you can turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Minute 50. Perez. Bypasses DaCosta, gives it to Martin. Martin keeps it on the ground, a little bit of a worm burner, but not on frame.
And you see how that ball just glided off the grass on this excellent pitch here in Cary. And I like what John Bradford, some of the adjustments that he's made as you get a look at this great square pass from Perez to Martin. Took a gander. I think Peñaranda read it all the way. Just wanted to make sure that it didn't go on frame.
Minute 51. We're seeing more of the same. I mean, Tulsa has had a little bit of the ball, but they just have not been dangerous enough to challenge Jake McGuire. I mean, McGuire has not faced a ton.
He's only faced one shot so far. Shot off target, though.
Might see one here, or he would have, but deflected there by Martin. One bounce to McGuire.
And they're still looking towards Bibu. Excellent job by Washington to read the trajectory of the ball. See his man, allow Jake McGuire to field it cleanly.
See some pressure coming. Martin looks for Conway. DaCosta tried to win it back. Good ball served in. Batista will chest it, and McGuire will pick it up. The USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Craig. Well done, knocking it off of Rafa Menzigan as Tulsa keeps possession. Now they'll play it centrally. Diallo looking to switch it. It's Ezra Armstrong. Now Perez, who's being bothered, and he'll earn the whistle.
Tata called for the foul, but I really like what I'm seeing out of North Carolina in terms of both Maldonado and Martin trying to drag out the central midfielders of Diallo and Booth, because once they do that, it could allow Perez or DaCosta to come forward into space, and then it forces Teta or Segrist to come and engage them. If they win the ball, Conway is 1v1 with Suahi.
'54th minute. DaCosta down to Armstrong. Conway making a run. Rafa making a run. Rafa will turn back around and get to it. Craig is coming to help. Martin turns back. Squared over to DaCosta. Now Colin Martin again. Martin to Mikey Maldonado. Maldonado perfectly placed to DaCosta. Back to Perez. Perez going to cut inside. Perez running downhill. Perez takes a shot, and it is saved. Perez, when he turns the corner and starts running downhill, he is dangerous.
Yeah, he's looking for that goal now. I think it's now his third shot of the game. First on target.
Good hustle to keep it in bounds. Oh, Andrew Booth has it. North Carolina FC 10, 11, and 9, 39 points, sitting in 10th place. 42 would be enough to get into the top 8. Back across again, headed down, but right to McGuire. And all of a sudden, there's a few cracks in the North Carolina FC defense, and Tulsa are trying to break open through those cracks.
Yeah, and this is a second ball won by Tulsa on the back post. Dom slipping as he tried to find Bibu from 6 yards out, just heads it down, couldn't get enough mustard on it. Safe, clean save for McGuire.
Conway, really good close. There's Batista with those long legs, knocking it forward, but it's won back by Tulsa. Good ball sent in from Segrist. And he's going to get it back. Segrist, who spent time with the switchbacks. And they go out of bounds, minute 57.
Mario Sanchez liking what he's seeing in these opening 10 minutes of the second half, especially when they get on the ball. Again, trying to get more touches in the box. They only had a handful of opportunities in that first half. If they can win some second balls, kind of push that back line, force them to guard Bibu or Stojanovic 1v1, they may have something.
Good run up the left side from Batista, who eventually gets it back from Martin. Now they'll find Ezra Armstrong. Ezra Gives it back to Martin. Martin back on his left foot and denied. It's almost like Martin knows we're talking about the fact that he's still searching for that goal. He has had some good opportunities and quite a few created all by himself.
A wonderful job to shake off Diallo.
DaCosta on the ground to Rafa. Rafa got players at every line. That is, he had one at the near post, one at the top of the six, and one at the far post. It'll be a corner kick coming for North Carolina FC.
And I'm liking Colin Martin's engagement, especially after that ball that was won back by North Carolina. He was the one leading the line to get into the box after his last chance was saved.
North Carolina FC would love to find that second goal. Sent in as it found the head of Conway. But Conway did well to head it toward the goal, but just missing on the right side. Town Properties is proud to provide homeowner and condo owner association management to more than 30,000 homes and condos in the Carolinas. You can learn more at townwithaneproperties.com. As we are in minute 59. A little bit of slippage right back up as Rafa closes down. Pretty much everybody warming up now for both teams, and it looks like Coach Sanchez and Tulsa are going to make some changes at the next opportunity. North Carolina FC will not sweat this. If Tulsa wants to play it in the back for a little bit, they're okay with it. And Conway trying to close. Conway creating turnovers. Really good high press from number 11. Well, he thought he was going to get it back as it's deflected that time, and Tulsa going the other way. Perez perhaps a little bit too nonchalant. Now Tulsa flag is going to stay down as there was a good check back, and Guairo watched that one sail over. As getting ready to come into the game is Diego Pacheco, the man from Portugal who spent time with Minnesota United too. So Pacheco wearing number 70. 7-0 will be one of the players coming in. And also coming in will be Sebastian Sanchez.
Pacheco also tied for the team leading goals with 4 this season. Played with Minnesota United and the MLS Next Pro, and played his college career at Akron.
62nd minute. See how any of these changes for Coach Sanchez perhaps ignite the attack for Tulsa.
Good control by Perez.
This will come all the way back. I want to thank Kyle Lang's amazing crew, our director Joe Ferrara, graphics Paul Beam, replay Ian Lang, audio Ryan Moeller, video Tanner King, camera Larry McLean and Mark Dry, Cam Newworth, and Dan Bentley, part of our outstanding crew here on a Wednesday night. Beautiful night for soccer, beautiful night for the beautiful game, and it's 1-0 North Carolina FC. Rafa. Craig over to Perez. Perez to DaCosta. Costa will lose it in the midfield.
As I was trying to look at my notes, Dean, Sebastian Sanchez, who came in off the bench, the son of head coach Mario Sanchez.
Good ball across as they look for the equalizer. Yeah, I was wondering about that. There's two Sanchez's on the roster. Are they both related or just the one that just came in?
They're brothers.
Okay. Martin steps in just at the right time.
It's also being a little more aggressive, trying to win the ball back from North Carolina's midfielders.
Martin in minute 64. Now Rafa. Played back to Sebastian Sanchez. Sebastian is 5 years older than Santiago Sanchez. Minute 64. Mike McGinty now standing up next to John Bradford, the top man for North Carolina FC.
These are the hard minutes for this starting 11. Coach Bradford only making one change with Olex going on international duty. Second game of 3 in 7 days.
Just 3 games remaining after this one. They'll be at Hartford on Saturday. And a week later at Tampa Bay, and then they'll end October 26th against the Las Vegas Lights. And you said Jose Bautista owns that team?
Jose Bautista, former Blue Jay.
I think the highlight that stands out for me the most with Bautista is when he slid into second base, and I want to say it was the Indian shortstop.
It was the Rangers.
Rangers shortstop just absolutely clocked him.
Yeah,
Odor? Was it Odor?
Yeah, because it was the year prior when he hit that bomb in the deciding game of the playoff series.
He did the slow walk.
Yeah.
That's how Mark Dry would play it if he hit a home run like that.
Mark Dry loves hitting dingers. Looks like Summersol's ready to come in for North Carolina. First change for Bradford.
Summersol, such a valued player on this team. McGuire admitting that that was not his best clearance, and they were lucky there as the clock will tick here, minute 66. So Raheem Summersol looking to be the first change for John Bradford and North Carolina FC. John Bradford assisted by Mike McGinty, Andrew Scheck, Daniel Sleddy, Christopher Harrington, Danny Cameron, and Pekka, who was a longtime player for the club.
Important minutes here, try to manage this game. That's how they were able to do it against Birmingham on Sunday. Had a 3-1 lead, gave up a late goal to the Legion. They were able to finish it out, get the 3 points, stay in the playoff hunt, and with that win over Birmingham, they owned the tiebreaker. So they would move ahead of the Legion.
Great intel, as always, from Brian Ware. Joining me in the booth tonight, Andrew Tate on assignment. Family assignment, but still on assignment. Minute 67. Here's Maldonado. Maldonado just so strong.
Excellent closeout against Batash, and Summersol's going to come in for the goal scorer, DaCosta.
I like this change. Costa will take his time to check out.
Great awareness, great anticipation on his goal in the first half, and now the MVP of the USL League One final steps in as Tulsa makes a couple changes. Both Matthew Bell, number 10, and Arthur Rogers, number 4. Rogers, someone that a lot of North Carolina FC fans know quite well from his time with the Hailstorm in Northern Colorado. Two-time USL League One Defender of the Year. It's mostly because of not of his defensive abilities, but his ability to provide some quality balls. So if Tulsa gets a set piece, expect Arthur Rogers to send a ball in and test this North Carolina defense.
Coming in number 4, Arthur Rogers, 68th minute.
Yeah, Rogers can control a game from a outside back or center back position, unlike almost any other different kind of player. Ezra Armstrong getting a piece of it to Conway. Conway turning, and a big save to keep it at 1-0.
That's the kind of saves that Peñaranda has been able to put up in this second half of the season. Keep Tulsa in games.
Somersault. Bring it back to Batista as we're in minute 69. Louis Perez will earn the whistle, a chance to knock some time off the clock and set up something special here. Good opportunity to get that second goal.
They'll take their time as Somersault, Batista, Conway, Craig march into the box. It's going to be from a tight angle. You see the line right at the penalty spot. It's going to be a tight ball to try to fit it between the penalty spot and the 6. Seeing where Peñaranda is positioned.
Perez, pretty good ball. Now we've got a collision, so they'll call for the trainers right away.
That was going to be the risk. The goalkeeper was positioned really well, able to meet it right at that 6-yard box. See the whip of the ball that Perez put in. Peñaranda, 2 forward steps as Craig was able to meet it. Goes over the top. Fair challenge by Peñaranda, and Craig is still on the floor, but it looks like he's okay. Captain in his first year with the club.
So Craig is up. Tulsa trainer also checking on the Tulsa goalkeeper as Craig, fair play, just fist bumps with him.
So far, Peñaranda has hit his average. He has 4 saves. Just made a great save a few moments ago against Conway. It looks like he's trying to see if he can clench his fist as they're focusing on his lower arm. Trying to shake out that tingling feeling. And Peñaranda, he was like early, as we said, when he signed with the team in June, he made an immediate impact, was named the player of the month in the USL Championship in July. In about a 4 or 5 game period, he only gave up 1 goal. And that's what helped Tulsa to try to make some noise during the summer. And I think most recently, I mean, I know that they've announced, you know, every month they announce players, coaches of the month. I think this week, for the month of September, I believe 2 goalkeepers are nominated for Player of the Month. One is Ribeiro from Hartford, and the other is, I believe it's Schultz from Orange County.
Inside USL Championship from Brian Ware.
A bit of congratulations to Danny Dicchio, Detroit City head coach, named Coach of the Month as he's helped Detroit City get into 3rd place in the East. Got a big draw last week at Charleston, late in stoppage time. And even though there's only 2 spots in the East have been clinched, still a lot of maneuvering to see who can host first-round games when the playoffs come in November.
Feeling like Town Properties is going to have a decent chunk of added time at the end of this one, as that last little collision, Craig was down for a long time, as was the goalkeeper for Tulsa.
Maldonado trying to take the air out of the ball here. You know, it's a long while to try to slow the game down. He's taking his time with these throws. Every time Tulsa hit it out of play, just take a couple more seconds.
He's got a great throw. Heave it again. Somersault found it. Perez dropped in, looking for Craig, over the head of Rafa. Now a chance to counter. Washington's going to bring it back to McGuire. Well taken by number 27.
Yeah, with Craig and Batista going up on set pieces, it allows Washington to be that stalwart defender to try to stop any kind of quick counterattacks. They were also looking for Pacheco there.
There's Rogers. Taken back by North Carolina FC. Tough ball for Armstrong, yet Armstrong still makes something of it just to get it over to Perez off his thigh. Now out wide to Somersault. Somersault filling the spot that Ezra Armstrong just vacated to make that run inside. Batista's going to dribble it out of bounds. Batista and Somersault with some words. Minute 76. Remind you again that in support of our neighbors impacted by Hurricane Helene, the North Carolina Football Club kindly asks you to consider donating to United Way Emergency Fund to help those in our North Carolina community who are in need. You can text UW Helps, HELPS, NC to 91999. You can also donate at any of the merch and concession stands throughout the stadium. We stand united. We stand NC. North Carolina FC standing on top of Tulsa at the moment, 1-0. Rodrigo DaCosta now on the bench with the only goal of the game. And that came in the first half.
Yeah, with this kind of being desperation time for Tulsa, is Armstrong with a strong tackle. Vatash and Diallo have now moved up, leaving Sanchez the only holding midfielder.
Pretty good tackle by Ezra Armstrong. It almost looked like he was successful in knocking it off of Tulsa, but Tulsa keeps it. They just have not been able to find that probing, final, penetrating pass. They have been in and around the exterior of the 18 quite a bit, Brian Ware, but just not anything that's been too challenging for Jake McGuire, the goalkeeper for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, Tulsa had that one glimmer of light on that cross to Bibu. But it was headed right down into the path of where Jake McGuire stood. Comfortable save, but it was at a moment when Tulsa was actually testing North Carolina, and they've kind of managed that. Now gotten over the hump, and now with just under a quarter of an hour plus stoppage time, This is the point where you try to manage the game. Take a 1-0 win if you have to.
McGuire way outside the 18, sliding tackle to knock it out of bounds. So a little bit of a mistake, as it just feels like if you're North Carolina FC, the clock is standing in mud. It just does not feel like it's moving. And these are the kind of games that we have seen teams hang around. We've seen North Carolina FC dominate it. At one point, you feel like they're up by 2 or 3. They're not. It's 1-0, and next thing you know, it's tied.
A little bit of hesitancy by Perez a moment ago, and now Tulsa trying to win some second balls, and they have here. But Armstrong gets in the way.
It opens up as they try to find Conway. Conway kind of unlucky as that ball. If that ball swerves out to the right, he can run it down, head to the corner, and cross it. Instead, it swung back inside. Hard tackle on Rafa. NCFC, winners of 3 of their last 5. Tulsa are winning a draw in their last 5. NCFC, their playoff odds at 46%. Tulsa at 64%. That'll change if NCFC can hang on to this win. Shot went long. Tulsa suffered a 1-0 loss at home to El Paso on Saturday. The lone goal was scored on a PK rebound in the 20th minute. NCFC against the West this year, they're 4-4-2, Brian, with wins over Monterey Bay, Orange County, Colorado Springs, and Oakland. Their 2 draws, Sacramento and Phoenix. Meanwhile, Tulsa against the East, 2-5-3. So pretty good record for North Carolina FC against the West.
Yeah, and during the last couple months, you know, between the road wins, they've had good performances at Sacramento as advantage is being played.
Perez has it. Perez back over to Conway. Conway! Oh, and he's taken down the point to the spot. Evan Conway has a chance now, or has given his team a chance. We'll see if he takes it, but it'll be a penalty kick coming for North Carolina FC as we're in minute 80.
And it's Swahi who takes Conway down. And as you see, Conway was taken down initially by Segris. Referee plays advantage, and Perez first to the ball, evades those 2 defenders, and as Conway comes in, the sliding challenge by Zawahid. Conway takes the tumble, gets the foul, and it looks like he's going to be the one to take the PK.
Why not?
He wants to get into double-digit goals just like Olex.
Yep, why not? Sitting just 1 behind the 10 from Olex. So Conway with 9 goals and 2 assists. Waiting for the whistle. Conway! Conway! And how about North Carolina FC? They lead it 2-0. And they lead it with 10 minutes and extra time remaining.
North Carolina has managed this second half really well the last 20 minutes. Confident penalty by Evan Conway, getting the foul, converting the PK. Now with 10 goals on the season. And he's put the home team in an almost insurmountable position for Tulsa to try to come back. As Shaft Brewer is ready to come in off the bench for Luis Perez. Good job from Perez tonight. Had 3 really good chances in this game to try to get his goal. And now Brewer coming in to try to play in that wing-back spot. Rafa will move up as an attacking midfielder, and Conway's goal makes it 2-0. And Tulsa have a lot to play for in these last few stages.
Evan Conway.
So Conway earns the PK, and Conway finishes the PK. to give North Carolina FC a 2-0 lead, minute 83. Rogers, who ran into trouble.
And you had mentioned how, Conway received a pass previously that he wasn't able to get to. That if he could, how he would be able to manage it, hold it up. He got taken down, but North Carolina kept the advantage. And then the center forward got the ball back, got taken down on a rather panicked challenge from Swahi, and was able to convert the penalty.
Turned over to Conway. Was trying to find Somersault. Rogers steps up there. Rogers delivers a pretty good ball. Minute 84. As they switch it over to Dom. Dom, top of the 18. Conway, what a great trap and a turn. And he's fouled, but they'll play advantage. He gets back up. Maldonado is there. Great work by Conway. Now Maldonado, defended by Rogers. And it goes off of Maldonado, and then a push. It'll be a yellow card issued. So a yellow card given to Sebastian Sanchez as Maldonado went down after thinking he had won it. Santiago Sanchez getting ready to come into the game. As he'll come in for Segrist. Santiago. He is 5 years younger than Sebastian, born in 2008. Sebastian born in 2003. Santiago listed at 5'10", 135. That's like one leg for me.
He's still through his growing phase at 16 years of age. Signed with the team under the Academy contract, which will allow him to keep his college eligibility should he decide to go that path.
86th minute, as we're starting to think about how much added time. Ryan Ware, as he normally does, won the first half. And I'll even let you go first, Brian.
Uh-oh. I mean, before the penalty, I was thinking 4, but now with the penalty, I'm kind of leaning towards 5.
I'm going to say 6. And I will allow you to win with anything 5 or less. How about that?
Understood.
Looks like Hayes is going to get a run. Corey Hayes, like Austin DeLuz and Akira Fitzgerald, a former member of Wake Forest Demon Deacons. I'll have the Wake Forest against Duke men on Saturday night. And I'll have one eye on the Courage game. Drop back in.
Rafa trying to be cheeky with the back heel. Back to Conway.
Batista, Armstrong drops a perfect ball to Maldonado. Conway cleans it up. This game's starting to feel like it doesn't matter how much added time they put on, as North Carolina FC looks to be in total control.
As we said before the penalty, they've took a punch from Tulsa a couple times, was able to get through it. Tulsa had one big chance to try to tie things up. And they've been able to manage this game out. As Hayes is going to come in.
Rafa Menzigan will come out of the game. Rafa will make the run over. Rafa with 5 goals and 5 assists.
Named to the team of the week after picking up 2 on Sunday. It was his shot that in the first half that was saved that allowed DaCosta to fire in that rebound and put North Carolina on the board in the first half in the opening 20 minutes.
Hayes with a pretty good turn. Hayes now into Shaft Brewer Jr. He'll turn all the way around the ball. Now Martin back to Shaft Brewer Jr. Good ball into Hayes. Hayes has had good touches since just coming on for John Bradford. Back down to Colin Martin. Near post dummy coming from Conway.
Conway is hoping for Summersall to make the run.
Maldonado now back to Bryce Washington. We're in minute 89.
Good bit of flair from the captain.
Greg Conway, no whistle. Diallo, there's not a ton of urgency from Tulsa, down 2-0 as we get ready to learn how much added time. I believe Brian Ware said 5. Tulsa. If they could get one in here before like the 91st minute, they could have a little belief. Martin. Now Batista. Batista will knock it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Tulsa. Here we go. We're going to find out how much added time. It's going to be 5. Brian Ware, a perfect 2 for 2 in the 5 minutes of added time. It is brought to you by Town Properties. Town Properties is proud to provide homeowner and condo owner association management to more than 30,000 homes and condos in the Carolinas. You can learn more at Town with an E. That's TOWNE properties.com. Well done, Brian. 2 for 2. Right on. North Carolina FC protecting their home turf and putting themselves in a great position to make the playoffs, which would be huge. They went through a couple rough spells this year, and if they can come out on the other end, and they also went through some roster maneuverings and cuts, for lack of a better word, and John Bradford persevered, the team persevered, and it could be a great story if they get in there and make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, the key is the next 2 games on the road. The game at Hartford, the game at Tampa. You know, that's going to be the key in terms of, you know, if this team is a playoff caliber team, because obviously with the performances that they've had at home, you know, the expectation was to bring that on the road, and you know, they've kind of waffled from win, loss. Obviously, the loss at Memphis, going down to 10 men 3 minutes in the game. The game against El Paso, just giving up a penalty kick late in that fixture, dropping that game 1-0 when, you know, you could have gotten away with a point. And if this result holds, it'll be back-to-back wins as Pacheco is taken down by Colin Martin. It would be the second time they've had back-to-back wins this season. previous time was the last time they won on the road. They had that win against Orange County, and then they come back with a dominant 4-1 win against Colorado Springs. So the success of this team is going to come down to, can they get points away from home and try to get some separation in the bottom of the East.
Tulsa not giving up. It was in the 18 for a second. Dom hit that one. That kind of tells the story of the night right here. It didn't go out of bounds, but it was going the wrong way, Brian.
Yeah, and just the passing network, usually the coaches, they try to see how they move the ball. They haven't been as too incisive, and that's probably because of how North Carolina has been organized defensively. The center back's able to mark the two strikers, and just Tulsa's midfield has not really been good enough against Martin, Maldonado. And when Perez and DaCosta drop back, Tulsa's midfield has kind of been outplayed by the two workhorses of Martin and Maldonado.
Almost 2.5 minutes into the 5 minutes of added time with a 2-0 lead. And a game that has predominantly been bossed by North Carolina FC. They've been the more dangerous team. There was a clinical finish from DaCosta. Conway earned the penalty kick. There was no argument from the Tulsa bench. And Conway hammered home the penalty kick. So 2-0 is where we are. Hayes is going to take a shot that's going to end up being deflected. It'll be a corner kick. That's going to work out okay. Looked like Hayes was upset, but I think if you're North Carolina FC, you take that all day.
Yeah, you take it all day. And for Penaranda and Tulsa, it was a lazy giveaway by the captain. And the referee, John Motto, telling them to pick things up a little bit. Obviously, them taking their time to get to the corner flag. Great spot to get a clean sheet here.
They play it short to try to keep it in the corner and run it out. And Armstrong did well to play that off of Tulsa. We'll have a throw in. Conway is going to come over, Martin as well. And that's going to do it. And your final score is North Carolina FC 2, Tulsa 0, leaving John Bradford and everybody else that cares about this home team saying, how about North Carolina FC as they win it again? Now, we're not done here. We're going to step aside and come back to show you the goal from DaCosta, the game winner, and the other goal as well from Conway. North Carolina FC 2, FC Tulsa 0. We'll be back to wrap it up.
That's why Lenovo launched the Evolve Small Initiative. We gave every small business the opportunity to use Queen Latifah as the face of their marketing with their own customized video. So far, Lenovo Evolve Small, in partnership with AMD and Microsoft, has helped over 1,000 women and minority-owned small businesses to thrive. With more than $2.4 million in grants, tech, mentorship, and marketing resources. Stay tuned for what's next with Lenovo Evolve.
At Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa. With sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
How about North Carolina FC? Rodrigo DaCosta continues his hot form. He's got the game winner. The final score, North Carolina FC 2, FC Tulsa 0. Dean League with Brian Ware. And Brian, let's go to work and wrap this thing up in a nice little bowl and take a look at the highlights.
Well, we're showing the two goals that North Carolina scored, and this was in the first half. Rafa Menzigan cutting in on his defender. The shot was initially saved by Penaranda, but the anticipation by DaCosta is what's gave North Carolina the goal. his 6th of the season against his former club.
Big time finish. Big time finish.
And then in the second half, as Tulsa was trying to knock on the door, North Carolina FC managed this out. Perez finding Conway. The sliding challenge by Swahi takes him down. Conway gets the penalty kick, and he converts it himself. His 10th of the season, joining Oleg Sanderson with double-digit goals. A complete performance by North Carolina FC. Their 3rd straight game at WakeMed Soccer Park with a clean sheet.
Possession is hard to believe it was in favor of FC Tulsa, as this game was indeed bossed by North Carolina FC, and that is why they win it. So we say, how about North Carolina FC? And on behalf of Kyle Lang, Joe Ferrara, Paul Beam, Ian Lang, Ryan Moeller, Tanner King, Larry McLean, Mark Dry, Cam Newworth, Dan Bentley, the encyclopedia of the USL, Brian Ware, I'm Dean Linke. For each and every one of them and all of you, I'll say it one more time. How about North Carolina FC? A 2-0 winner over FC Tulsa.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.